So, hi everyone. I'm Andrew. This is Sujay. We're the Redactyls. Redactyls. Hopefully, our name will make sense after our demo. Just to give a spiel on the project background and the motivations for it. I'm just going to read off the official spiel that I wrote in for the project submission. So, under the GDPR, all companies must be able to fulfill data or subject access requests. This is an incredibly time-consuming process, as evidenced by the fact that companies have up to 3 months to complete the process. So the main time sink here is redacting sensitive data. Solutions exist for redaction based off of basic keyword search, not semantic search, but it still involves hundreds of hours of work, potentially. So this, along with the fact that it's not a value-add activity, makes for an ideal opportunity to automate the process, and that's what we've tried to do. So on a philosophical level as well, we as individuals have a right to our own data, to see what data companies have on us as well. So if you're an employee of a company, you have the right to submit a data access request, or you can go to any company and under the GDPR, you have the right to submit a data access request as well. So there's no reason why this should take 3 months or why it should be incomplete. And I've even heard anecdotes of people literally getting sent boxes of physical paper, because all they've done, all the actual company have done is literally got everything, a dump of everything, and sent it to them that they'd literally have to go through. Normally it also requires one team going through, doing an initial scan, going to IT, saying, hey, get me all the data from Slack, from Gmail, from Google Drive, any kind of a system on this person. They do some kind of basic keyword search, as I described, and it would basically give it to them in some kind of manual way, email, zip file or something like that. They'd have to manually go through every file and actually redact everything in a PDF by highlighting and putting in something in black, or removing or deleting or putting in special characters or something like that. So it literally takes hundreds of hours. So yeah, hopefully the demo gods have answered my prayers here, and hopefully this actually goes well. So basically this is the UI to complete that data access request for an individual. So what you do is describe your request to guide the agent. So I'm going to say for, let's say for John Smith. Salary and any company names mentioned. So I'm going to show you the demo files that I have here. I'm going to give this file here. So this would be a text file. This is, let's say, from an email. So there's some pretty confidential stuff here. Client contracts under NDA. There's the Delta Tech, the name of the company here. The dollar amount of the actual contract, another company name, dollar amount, salaries for the top executives, mention of an ongoing legal case and discussions, and preliminary figures that haven't been released to the public as well. Another one would be, just as an example, this actual person's contract, let's say, and then let's say there's a Word document about some super secret project. Again, there's, I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, there's, dollar amounts of things, company names, important figures that you wouldn't want to be included as part of this data access request. So I'm going to go ahead and upload each of them. So I'll upload that. Upload that. So you notice I'm manually uploading these. What I'd actually envisage this doing is connecting or syncing with a vector database, essentially, of all the company's data. A lot of companies are already kind of vectorizing their data for internal knowledge bases, but what I'd like is the ability to go in here, click on a button, sync with Google Drive, sync with Gmail, sync with whatever. It would vectorize everything there, and when I click begin request here, as well as any manually uploaded files, which you can do at the moment, also fetch from all those external sources. So if I click begin request, it's going to go ahead and do that. The agent is going to go ahead and analyze them. We actually have 3 agents, and we have a redacting agent, and we have a categorizing agent, and which categorizes it into types, so contract, legal document, communications, miscellaneous or whatever, and then a kind of risking agent. So will give a score, or should give a score on the sensitivity of the data. So I'll show you why that would be useful in a moment. I'll just make sure. Just still running.
While it's running, just to confirm, you've uploaded right now those files that you showed us, which was like documents out there.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So this is the result here. You can see the total amount of files, the job ID for tracking, the status of it, the description here is cut off, and then each file here. So as I said, we've got the categorization done there. The source is upload. We didn't, if there was an external source like Google Drive or whatever, and it did actually sync with them, that would be different. I think most importantly for the human feedback, or for the human in the loop, we have these kind of sensitivity scores, or risk scores, in other words. So the one that it gave a very low risk score, 0% on, was him just chatting in an email about his vacation. So I can view the original. I can download the original again here. I'll go ahead and do that just to show it. So that's just nonsense really about a vacation, that there's no sensitive information there at all. I can download the redacted version of that, which should be the same.
What's the preview for? The preview button?
That's review. I'll show you in one sec. This is actually the same. Nothing has been redacted. Something important. So let's say this 85% one, confidential internal memo. So this is the original that just to show that it is the right document. So if I go to the original of this, that's it, the really confidential memo that I showed earlier. And then I go to the redacted version. You can see everything the important things have been redacted. So you go here, see X annual contract renewed March 2025. X under review, employee IDs have been removed, the salary has been removed, supplier in the company name there for that supplier has been removed, another company name, so on and so forth. If I wasn't happy with that though, I can then review it. So this is where the human in the loop comes in. What's going on here? No, it's not crashing. So if I want to review this, just to show that it's actually working, I'm going to say do not redact anything. So this is the second one here, 70%. So if I go to the redacted, save, that's a fake contract. So you can see service provider has been redacted there. For instance, if I go, so it's this one here. Do not redact anything. Submit that. That's going to take a while as well. That's where the human feedback come in. There isn't actual memory as such. It's not going to remember any past interactions. So it's not really a chatbot interface, as you can see, but this will send that instruction along with the original and the redacted, and that will be updated. So fake. So this second one here, you can see that was the one that I sent. It's now 65%. Should have been lower than that if ever. Well, actually no, it was still pretty sensitive. So, but if I go to the redacted now, save that. Now nothing has been redacted, so it's gone off and actually taken the instructions that I told it to do. So another use case would just be a company just wanting to let's say there's old documents lying around that they don't actually want to get rid of, that they're not really important. They might want to actually redact them. And even if they're not going to do anything with them, it's still better to have potentially sensitive information deleted. Or not deleted, redacted, just in case. So the last thing I wanted to show was you could download all the redacted files then, which will just basically pluck all the redacted ones and put them into a zip file. zip folder, and that's all of them there. That the person could then email or whatever, do what they want with. So that's it for the demo. Technologies used, Pedantic AI mainly. Front end is React, with a good bit of help from Lovable. What else did I use? Yes, ShadCN UI, React Query, Fast API backend with parsing of the documents was done with Llama parse, and then the extracted text was sent off to sent to each of the agents which were on Pedantic AI, talking to OpenAI 4.0, I think. So, yeah, that's it.